Welcome to the Countryside YMCA TV show. My name is Matt Bruns. I'm the Chief Development Officer here at Countryside Y. And I'm excited this morning because we get to be in our Stolle Center here at Countryside YMCA. So a lot of action happening in here. The room is available for those that are 50 years and over. They get to come in. There's different ways to exercise, fellowship, stay connected with one another. We actually just got the piano was being played by Errol over there. He took a break for us so we could film the show. But it's great to be here, have this energy and this enthusiasm here, and see all these people doing wonderful things here at the Y. So there's people on the other side of the wall over there working out, people behind us on this wall over here playing cards. But it's a great Wednesday morning here at Countryside YMCA and our Stolle Center. And I am joined with Chuck DeRay this morning. Chuck comes out here often, so I thought we would ask Chuck some questions about what it's like in here and why he enjoys coming out. So let me start there, Chuck. If you want to, just tell us a little bit about yourself and why you enjoy coming to Countryside YMCA.
Okay. Again, my name is Chuck DeRay. My parents were actually charter members of the Y, so I've been coming here all my life. I'm probably the youngest person in the room. I'm 58 years old, so I get made fun of as being the baby of the group, which is, it's all good-natured. It's fun. I think it's just the fellowship more than anything else. It's such a great facility. The locker rooms, the pools, just everything is so well kept and maintained, and it's just nice to come here. So probably what I call the reward of the day is that after I get done working out, that I can sit and have a cup of coffee and talk with these guys, and there's jokes, there's politics, there's sports, there's life experiences. We talk about books and just whatever else. It's just great.
Great. Chuck, how often do you come in the Y? How many times a week you get in here?
I'm here at least 3 or 4 days a week.
And you make it into the Stolle Center every time? Is that where you?
Yes.
And you said you start off getting your physical, your
yes,
physical health going first.
Yes,
right?
That's correct.
Do you use the pool here at the Stolle Center?
I do. I do both the competition pool for swimming, and then if I just really want to push and do water walking, then I'll use the senior pool. It's warmer, but it feels like, it's a whole different workout doing the walking rather than the swimming.
Right. And so here at Countryside, we have about 5 different indoor pools. The Stolle Center here has its own pool. So it's located about 2 rooms behind us and over a little bit, and we get to keep the temperature up a little warmer. We could do some different things in that pool that we wouldn't do in our lap pool while people are swimming. So you like to do both, you said?
Yes.
Get in, and while you're doing lap swimming, it's nice to have that little cooler temperature while you're getting your workout in. Mm-hmm. And then if you're doing some water pushing, just more of the walking around or the water aerobics, some of those things.
Correct.
Seniors, our active seniors here, like to have the temperature a little higher. So it's nice to be able to have different pools, to be able to have different pool settings and temperatures there. But so you come in, you get your workout in.
Yes.
And then we've got 2 locker rooms, which we're going to talk about a little bit later, that we're going to be upgrading, which are in need of upgrade. So I'm glad we're making that happen. Yeah. But we could start that next week. And then you come in and you just kind of enjoy the fellowship piece here after the workout?
Yes, I do. Get a cup of coffee, and as you can see over at the table, there's people on their smartphones, and some of the more elder population don't always understand the phones, so that, it kind of gets passed around, and it's a group effort to figure out, hey, how do I get this app on my phone or whatever it is. But it's always fun.
Right.
Always fun.
Good. I know during COVID times, the whole Y was closed, and the Stolle Center obviously too, and we once we were able to get back open and then open the Stolle Center, and the locker rooms was the next phase of getting things back open. We heard a lot of comments from the people that use the Stolle Center here about how good it is to be back in here, and some of it was physical fitness related, but most of it was just that connectivity.
Right.
A lot of people were just, hey, this is the only time we get to talk to somebody any day.
That's
so
right.
They really look forward to this,
That's
really
right.
love this. I know Julie, her staff do a great job in here.
Absolutely.
So it's good to have them here. We got, they call this the Table of Wisdom over here.
The Table of Wisdom, which there's very little that's actually there.
Yeah, so you're saying that's false advertisement over there, is what you're telling me, huh? No, I've seen the sign over there. It's great. People get to get over there and have a table of wisdom. I know this table behind us, there's some ladies that sit there on, is it Tuesdays and Thursday mornings maybe?
I think, all different days of the week.
They've got a name for theirs too.
There's so many different groups that come in here and meet, and it's just a wonderful place.
That's great. That's great. Anything else you think we would like to know about the Stolle Center that maybe our viewers wouldn't know about it? We've got the pool. We've got a starter fitness center over here. We've got they call this the library, John?
Yes.
So it's called the library. They do cards. They do a lot of different activities. We've got puzzles going on over here. So a lot of things happening here.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. One of the things that I found really interesting that means a lot to me is in the competition pool, and I'm not sure which days they meet, but some of the military folks that are in training that they want to get into, maybe the Navy SEALs or the Air Force or something, and they've got actual military instructors that meet with them in there to do the swimming portion, and that the Y allows them to do that, I think is just absolutely just tremendous.
I agree. I'm a vet myself, so I appreciate the veteran presence that's in here.
Yes.
Right behind us, we have all the different branches represented here, so it's nice. I know during the Veterans Day, we do a nice big Veterans Day program, so I get to see a lot of people that have served and their families, and just it's good to see the recognition, but also just that connectivity of veterans as well, too.
Right.
So I'm glad that military piece is part of Countryside Y, too.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
And you were police force before this?
I'm a retired police officer,
Retired police officer.
Yes.
So that's awesome. Appreciate you. How long were you in Lebanon?
Yes.
How long did you do that?
27 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
All in Lebanon?
I started in Clear Creek Township, was there for just a few years, and then did the majority of it in Lebanon.
Great. And now out here getting to be all part of this, right?
Yep.
Good. Well, I appreciate you being here this morning. We're going to take a short break, and then we'll be back. We'll be talking to Lisa, who works here in the room, and we'll be discussing our locker room project that's coming up. Thank you.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Hello, glad we're back here. We're at the Countryside YMCA. We're in the Stolle Center this morning, where there's a lot of energy happening. We've got, as I mentioned before, 50 and over get to come in here and utilize the Stolle Center here at the Countryside YMCA, and it's great. I've been with the Y business for about 27 years, all in Ohio, and have never seen a place that has the amenities that Countryside YMCA has, and it's wonderful to have this Stolle Center where seniors, active older adults can come in here. They can take part with physical fitness. We have our own pool, workout area. They can also come in here and do a lot of fellowship activities. And I'm fortunate enough that Lisa has agreed to join me this morning. So Lisa works here in the Countryside YMCA Stolle Center. Yep. So Lisa, let me ask you what you like about working here, and then just kind of what is a normal day look like in here for you?
Well, I've worked here for about a year and a half, right after we opened back up after being shut down for COVID. So I am a Stolle Center attendant. When I'm here, we are in charge of making coffee, making sure all of our members are taken care of, because we do deal with a lot of older adults. We are monitoring them as they come in from a class. We make sure that they have water, make sure that they're not looking flushed or they're going to faint, or just pretty much take care of the members that come in. But we also have a lot of activities too. And we have a calendar that is published each month. And on that calendar are trips and game days and special activities that go on here at the center and outside of the center. We usually try to take a trip at least once a month. It's just a day trip, and it's a lot of fun.
That's great. What are one of the two best trips you've gone on, say, in the last 12 months or so?
Well, probably the last trip we took was to La Comedia. We took a group of about 20, 25, went and saw a show and had lunch,
Nice.
and that's always a fun time. Some of the other popular things that are coming up, we're going to take a group to do candle making.
Oh,
We've
cool.
never done that before.
Where do you do that?
I think it's in Anderson Township.
Okay.
It's a place. So we'll do the candle making, and then we'll have lunch and come back, and it's just a fun day. We always go to see some Reds games. So we try to cover not just arts and theater and entertainment, but also some sports outings and different things, whatever interests our people.
I was fortunate enough, I got to go on part of
Yeah.
the trips last year, and I did the Reds game.
You did,
And that was a lot
yes.
of fun. But I'm trying to think, were there about 30, 25, 30 people that went on
At
that?
least,
So
yes.
it was a good day.
Yes.
Caught an afternoon Reds game. That was awesome. That was good.
Yep.
So we had Chuck on earlier, and Chuck was telling us about, people coming in, and some people get right to the locker rooms, get their workout in and leave, but most come in, get some type of workout in, whether walking the building, walking the track, getting in the workout areas, or getting in the pool, and then a lot of fellowship happens after that.
There is. A majority of our members will come in, like Chris said, or Matt said, sorry,
You're right.
do the workout and then get changed, and then they come and sit and socialize, and that's really a big aspect of what the Stolle Center is all about. It's like you said, that fellowship, because we're not only here for our physical health, we're here for our mental health as well, and especially, after being separated during COVID, a lot of these people were isolated at home, and it's so good to see the groups come back and just sit around and talk or share stories. I've learned quite a lot.
Yeah.
I'm a history buff, so I love history, but I've heard some really interesting firsthand stories from
That's
these
great.
people.
I'm sure
Yeah.
I have been in here a little bit of time and have met some very interesting people, had some intriguing conversations. It was
Yeah.
great. So fellowship, being a big part of what the Stolle Center offers here is fantastic. Like I said, not every Y has the space to do this.
True.
The staff that do it, I know you and Julie and Kevin, the rest of the team do a fantastic job here. Lots of comments. You guys put a lot of smiles on people's faces. And that is not to be taken for granted, because I know coming out of COVID and people started coming back in here, they say, hey, this is the only time someone smiles at me during the day. It's the only time
Yeah.
I get to talk to someone during the day. It's the only time someone talks to me during the day.
Yes.
So it's nice to be able to have that connectivity with people in here.
Yeah.
I know they love it. Do you find most people come here for the fellowship or the physical piece, or a balance of both?
I think it's really a combination, and
Yeah.
also the complimentary beverages that we offer.
Yeah.
We always have coffee and tea, water. Sometimes there's even some homemade treats that get they get brought in. It really is it's like a family.
Yeah.
So you have the same people coming Monday, Wednesday, Friday, then you have another group that's here Tuesday, Thursday for whatever activity is going on. But it is like a family.
It is. I went to get Lisa to come over here, and she was over there with banana bread that somebody brought in. It was Sewing Sue,
Sewing Cindy.
Sewing
yes,
Cindy
we have a
brought in
sewing
some
group on Wednesdays. So
banana
they're here.
bread, and
yeah,
it is very much like a family feeling here. So that's awesome.
Yeah.
Lisa, how long have you been working here in the Stolle Center?
So about a year and a half.
Year and a half. So after COVID happened, when we
Yes.
came back out of it, I know Julie and her team did a lot of calls during COVID.
Yes.
When we were shut down. So the team here at the Y called a lot of seniors just to check in on them, see how they were doing, make sure they were feeling connected with, because nobody wants to be isolated. I know our founding father, Ralph Stolle, when he made this, for who this center is named after, his big passion was to make sure seniors always had a place to go and feel connected.
Yep.
So even during the time of COVID, the staff here were so passionate and caring about the people that come in here. They were making calls with one another and just checking on people, making sure they were good until we can get back in the building here.
Well, and not only making calls, but also going in person. Julie would, to check on some people that we hadn't heard from. She would go in person and, keep that safe distance, go knock on the door, run back, and just to make sure they were okay. We wanted to have a visual of these people also.
Yeah, that's awesome. So I know next week, so we're just getting started here in March, and I know next week we have an exciting project coming up. Right?
We do.
This is going to be awesome. So there's a men's locker room and a women's locker room here in the Stolle Center, and we're going to be doing some renovating, right?
We are, and it's been a long time coming. It's a lot of anticipation building up, but it's finally going to happen.
Good. I know we're going to be doing, got some pieces down here. This is some of the tile work we're going to be using, but you can see it has a lot of grout lines in it so that this will be on the floor, so it'll be help with slippage.
Right.
So there'll be a lot of that in the floor. We've got some other tile work. We got some paint that's going to be happening. We have some new lockers, so these are not the typical metal lockers that we have in there now. These are like the other locker rooms we have. This is a composite plastic, which when you are in a locker room, there's a lot of moisture in the air, chloramines from the hot tub and different things like that, so it's very hard on metal. So the atmosphere is just not conducive to metal in there. So metal lockers last maybe 7 years to 10 years, and these are right at the end of their lifespan.
These have been there.
So functionality, these lockers are going to be great. We'll have those in there on both sides. Gets a facelift with paint, a little reconstruction, get some new tile down there. But is there a buzz about the locker room project? Are people excited about that here in the Stolle Center?
They are excited, just because I said it's been anticipated. Then when we were shut down for COVID, it got delayed. So it is finally going to happen. I think I've heard very positive comments about it. People are excited.
Good.
They want it to get done.
We have we've had a gift come to the Y from Don Hawk, and the YMCA put some capital money aside. So we have a good start to what we're fundraising, and we've been fundraising the last couple of months to be able to get to about the 160 mark. The total project is about 225. And we have pledge cards that talk about the recognition. If you give, there'll be a kind of a recognition tree, and then there'll be different levels of giving, and people can get a different colored leaf with their name on it or a loved one's name on it if they want to honor them. But that'll always be up here in the Stolle Center, and that'll be part of our fundraising efforts to make sure that we can fund the entire project. So it's a neat way to get things done. People can be a part of it. They feel good about being involved with it. And like I said, if they want to put their name on it, or if they want to honor a loved one, that's a great way to do that and have that always up in the Stolle Center, because it means so much to many people that this will be a wonderful thing to do. And to add price of progress, we'll be closed for a month, six weeks?
6 weeks they're projecting.
About a month and a half.
Right.
The people here will be using the other locker rooms when they come in, but then they'll be able to gather after that price of progress. They'll be able to come back into some brand new shiny locker rooms that are functioning and looking good. So that'll be good to have them in here. Lisa, what else you think, anything else you want to tell the viewers out there that they may not know about this? I know it's, like you said, good family atmosphere. We talked about the pool, the cards.
It's not only, when they come into the Stolle Center, this is not the only place where they stay. They are welcome to use any of the facilities in the Y. So we have a lot of members that will go and work out in the big cardio strength center or take classes. And then, like I say, come back and hang out here and just, do that good socializing, which is so important to our senior members.
Thank you. I did want to mention one other thing this morning as we were talking about fundraising for this project. We do have an endowment fund here at the YMCA. It is the Stolle Center Endowment Fund. So we have about 4 different buckets of endowment. One is a general one is for the Mulford Trail out back, one is for financial assistance to make sure that's always available for our community, and one is for the Stolle Center. So we are building an endowment so that there will always be earnings coming from that endowment in ways that we can help not just the facility itself, but be able to take trips and do different things and be able to have money for programming, different programs that happen in here. So all those things take resources, and this is a way to make sure we guarantee that that is going to be happening generation after generation and be able to take care of the people in here. So if anyone has an interest in being a part of the endowment here for the Stolle Center, I would love to talk to you about that. If you'd like to learn more about it, that would be awesome too. I'd be more than happy to talk to you. And again, my name is Matt Bruns. I'm out at the YMCA, and I'm joined this morning by Lisa. So Lisa, I appreciate you joining us.
You're very welcome.
It's an
Thank you.
awesome place to be. This is great. This
is.
is a lot more energy than in my office with just me. So I appreciated getting to be here this morning.
It's a happening place.
It is. It truly is.
It
So
is.
thank you for joining us.
You're welcome.
Thank you everybody out there for joining us as well. We hope you learned a lot about the Stolle Center and all the wonderful things happening here today. So enjoy your day. Thank you.